If you're watching this video, you're most likely new to indices trading and you've gotten to trade a couple times, or you've not traded at all, but your problem here is you don't know what lot size to use in indices, because you've probably noticed that the prices of the markets are different across various brokers, and as well you've got to notice that the markets individually are not having the same charts or candlesticks exactly. So you're having confusions as to what lot size to use and how to go about using your lot size. This video, I've got you covered, and we're going to go into the nitty-gritty of exactly how you can place your trades and use your predetermined risk to know your lot size. That sounds good to you? Let's go. Okay, so this is NASDAQ indices market right here on my chart. And you'd probably say, okay, let's say you want to place a sell trade here and you want to have your stop loss above this highs, a little bit above this highs, and your target should be somewhere down here. All right, somewhere down here. Or let's not use this. Let's say you want to take a buy, or you took this buy trade from here. This was, I don't know what day this is, and you want to have your structures at this point, and your targets, let's say a 1:3. You want to have a 1:3 target. What are the things you consider since this is the trade you want to get into? Now, first things first, before you get on any broker or any prop firm account or any account whatsoever, you need to go to the properties tab on MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5 or whatever platform you're using to trade, and you need to know what contract size is your broker operating that particular index at. So is NASDAQ, are they trading their indices with a 10 contract size, a 1 contract size, or a 100 contract size? You need to know this, because this will in turn affect you. Personally, I had an experience where I did not know that contract sizes were a thing for indices. Unlike Forex, where everything is a 100,000 contracts, 100,000 units, right? But here you have various contract sizes for each broker. Some brokers have the same, some brokers have different, and all of that. So I did not know, and I just placed any trade, and my trade wasn't getting activated. I'm like, why is this trade not getting activated? And the move is going in my favor. I'm like, why is my trade not getting activated? Because they were showing not enough money, meaning that I was trading too much of a lot size for the contract size that they were offering, and it was a proper account. If this is the trade you want to be taking, now you want to take notes of what certain things are. So now let me show you this. Okay, so right here, this is what you need to know. For you to calculate your lot size and indices, you need to have your risk amount. So if you have a prop account that you want to risk, a 10K prop account that you want to be risking 1%, that's about $100. So you need to have that amount, not the percentage. You need to have the amount. You have to know, okay, this is how much I want to be risking. So let's say you want to risk $100, and then you need to know your stop loss points, because indices is calculated in pips now, not points, right? So you need to know your stop loss points and as well as the contract size. That's all you need to calculate. So let's get these figures from that trade and impute them here and see what our lot size is going to be. All right, so now we have this to be 100 points. Like you can see here, 107.58 points. Okay, it's not pips. Indices are whole numbers. The Forex are decimals, right? 207 points, and we're going to just be imputing that over there. And as well, what do we need again from here? Basically, I think that's what we need from here. So we'll go back, we'll go to our broker now and check the contract size, which we have done already. Okay, if you've probably should check your broker's contract size before you even start trading. So the broker I'm using personally has a 10 contract size, so I'm going to be using that. XNES has a 1 contract size. My prop account Funded Next has a 10 contract size. So we'll be calculating for a 1 contract size, a 10 contract size, and a 100 contract size. So just to give you as multiple examples as we can get. All right, so let's get our pen tool. So if this is the case, our risk amount is 100, and then our stop loss, like we had from here previously, was 107. I'm not going to be adding the decimals because the decimals really don't really add up at all. Okay, so we have this to be 107. All right, and then remember we said we're going to be doing contract sizes for 1, for 10, and for 100. all right, for 110 and 100. So if we divide this, we're going to be dividing this by contract size, which is basically the first, which is 1. So if we take up our calculators and get this, let's get a calculator and see what we have. So here on our calculator, we are calculating our $100, of risk divided by our stop loss, which is 107. Okay, so basically we're going to be trading with 0.93 lots for the account, or for this particular trade. So our stop loss, our lot size here is 0.9. Pardon the writing, please. I'm not good with writing with the mouse. All right, 0.93. So if we had this to be 10, let me get an eraser tool now. If this was a 10, what would our lot size be? We're going to now divide this by 10 again. So we're going to go back to the calculator and divide it by 10, which is the contract size now, which is 0.09. 0.09 for this one. 0.09. Okay, now remember why we did not divide this by any other thing when it was 0.93, was because it was 1. So 0.93 divided by 1 is 1. Now we have it by 10 contracts. I mean, we're going to divide by 10, and if it's by 100 contracts, I don't even know if that's going to even be applicable. Let's see. So we have 0.93. So we're going to be clearing all of this. 0.93 divided by 100, so 0.009, which is not going to be applicable in most brokers. So if you have a broker, you should not be using a broker with 100 contract size if you have a small capital. Okay, if it's a prop firm, fine. If it's a prop firm account and you're to risk $100 at this point, you just have to use 0.01. You know why is that? Because if you go back here and approximate 0.0093, if you round this up, you're going to be just having 0.01. Okay, so 0.01 is the most efficient to use in this case, and you wouldn't basically lose too much if it goes against you. Right, so let's create a different scenario and get another example done. It's very simple, quite simple. I don't want this video to be long for no reason. So let's create a different scenario and get the analysis done. So let's say I'm not going back to trading view. Let's just do everything here. We have $700 of risk. You have $700 of risk to put on. All right. Your stop loss happens to be 20 points. Okay, and you're trading with a broker that has 10 contract size. Okay, so basically 700 divided by 20 should give us around 35, I believe. 35. Okay, 35. I will divide that by 10. That gives us 3.5 lots. 3.5 lots to trade with, right? That's 3.5 lots to trade with. Now, if this was a 100 broker, if it was a broker with 100 contract size, that would be 0.35 lots to trade with, I believe. Okay, now this is basically the approach. There's no too much things to worry about. Once you know, truth of the matter is that once you know if this broker is having to give us this contract size to trade with, then you can be able to say, okay, I want to risk certain amounts. And once you have that risk in place, you just basically calculate your $200, $300, $400 risk divided by your stop loss points, and then at the end of, after whatever you get at the end of the day, divide that by your contract size. If your contract size is 1, just basically not have to divide again. If it's 10, divide by 10. If it's 100, divide by 100, and that's it. So before we end this video, key points to note when trading indices is this: if you want to place your stop loss or your stop losses, the numbers displayed here on TradingView, like this one on my screen here on TradingView, would not be the same with your broker. Okay, so do not go about trying to copy this 17,533 points to your broker stop loss figure. You'll be very wrong. Rather, use structural points like this. Now, if this is your stop loss, so you should say, okay, this is where your stop loss is. Your stop loss is directly under this long candle on the 15 minutes. So you go to your broker and find that candle on 15 minutes and then place your stop loss, whatever price that the low of that candle has. Same thing with your buy side stop losses, or you're buying or you're selling, whatever way you're doing it. Okay, your take profit, same thing. When you're taking your profits and you want to set your TPs, either you just use a mental TP, or you go and look for a structural point prior to price where that take profits was before. If it's like me, I use liquidity points, so it's not usually a problem for me. All right, so that's just basically one tip I'll drop for you. And secondly, don't come to indices thinking that it gets rich quick. Like it's indices, it moves faster and all of that, and then you just want to come and leverage all your money. It is the same thing as trading any other financial market. Okay, so just come in and gain the necessary knowledge, and you definitely make money in the long run. All right, if you want to watch how I catch my trades, if you want to see me trade live and drop my trade analysis, do also click on the link in the description. That will give you direct access to my Telegram community where I do these things. And also subscribe and like if you found value in this content. If you do not find value, don't bother liking and subscribing. And for now, that'll be all.